Music, I don't regard as an addiction because it's the language of the whole world. And the whole world is addicted to music.
There's a train that comes from Namibia and Malawi.
Are you impressed by what you've created?
Most people who think they're important die from it. You know, they are killed by their importance.
There's a train that comes from Zambia and Zimbabwe.
I think the most difficult thing has been for those who have tried to work for peace, because they're always very unpopular and usually get assassinated.
There's a train that comes from Angola and Mozambique.
The greatest notion I have learned is that it's incumbent upon everybody to stand against injustice, and that if you don't, you're a perpetrator of it.
Mr. Masekela, it's wonderful to have you here at the Africa Channel. We're very honored. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you for inviting me.
My research has taken me into years and years of milestones and revolutions and amazing career that you've had all over the world.
I've had such a busy life that my memory blurs.
I think what stuck out most in my mind was your exile out of South Africa for 30 years during the anti-apartheid. Talk to me a little bit about the struggles.
I wasn't really, you know, people sort of edify me in the South. You know, I grew up in a country where the people I came from were oppressed. And they had, when I was born, the South African indigenous people had been fighting occupation for 300 years. And we were all certain that it's going to change one day, because from 1652 until 1960, when I left, you know, it was a long time. As a kid, I grew up in rallies, strikes, bus boycotts, demonstrations, and it was part of everybody's life. It was just coincidental that I became a musician, you know, who got known here and there. But I don't claim any kind of prizes for the changes in South Africa, because if there are people who change South Africa, it's the ordinary people, because they're the ones that put their bodies in front of guns. They're the ones that threw stones, that sang those songs, and many of whom lost their lives. And if it wasn't for them, Mandela wouldn't be anything, and none of us would be anything. So for me, those are the heroes, and those are the real architects of our freedom today. I try not to claim anything. It was just coincidental. If I had been a garbage man, you know, you probably wouldn't have known me, but I still would be involved, just like everybody else, in change. Two people really mostly inspired me to be part of, I would say, like the visibility, or bringing out the visibility of the struggle in South Africa. The first one was Miriam Makeba, who came here to start a career of her own, and she was extremely successful. But at the sacrifice of a very, very successful career, she chose to make her fame the platform for letting the world know about what was happening in her country and in other parts of Africa.
You were married to Miriam for a while, yeah?
She was a very fine lady, and I wasn't a bad-looking young kid. So like, and then we both were talented, and we crossed paths all the time until we became dear friends. And we always thought that, like, if we got a chance to become, take our chances on the world a promenade of the entertainment world, we thought we might be able to make a dent or to get noticed. And Miriam came here in 1959, and immediately just took off, and she brought me to the States. I was in school, in music school in England.
Yes, you must have been a very dynamic duo. I mean, reading about you both, I feel
No, we were
like
just good friends. We were not like a showbiz kind of. We just came from an oppressed people, and we didn't think of ourselves as a dynamic duo.
I feel like from oppression comes greatness.
Well, I think from oppression comes suffering. For the ordinary person, it comes suffering, a lot of suffering, and I think that the damage that was done to African people internationally from the time